Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Love Shreveport Podcast. I'm your host, Corey Williams, and today we are excited to sit down with Miss Lauren L.J. Jones from Shreveport Green. How's your day going today?
It's been awesome. Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely. We appreciate you coming and taking out your time because there are a lot of people in our community here in Shreveport who may not know exactly what Shreveport Green is. So we're going to kind of dive into some specifics and some things that are happening with Shreveport Green. But again, we appreciate your time in coming today. As we just jump right into it, tell us a little bit about Shreveport Green and what inspired its creation.
Yeah, so Shreveport Green has been around for about 35 years now. We started in 1990. And it was started by the late Donna Curtis, who ran this organization until 2024. So I'm relatively new to the executive director position, but I have been with the organization for 10 years. Wow. And I believe that Donna started this in hopes of creating a recycling facility in Shreveport.
Okay.
And that was really the big push around the beginning of Shreveport Green, but also planting trees. Building Shreveport's tree canopy was top of the list. So when you look at our logo, it's Shreveport Green with the big tree. Yes. So it kind of rings true to what we started with. But it was litter abatement, recycling, and tree planting. That was where we started.
Wow.
And over the course of 30 years, we look at the needs of the community and we ask everybody we work with, what is it that Shreveport needs right now? We want to be able to stay within the vein of environmental work, but we also want to reach the needs of the community.
Absolutely.
So a lot of what we do, it changes over time. And currently a lot of our projects are around farming and growing food and getting food into communities from local farmers. So that's part of the amalgamation, but we still do all of those original tenants as well.
Wow, absolutely. That's some good information, good history for us. So your mission focuses on rebuilding the bond between people and nature. What does that look like in a city like Shreveport on a daily basis?
Man, there are just so many outlets. That's what I love about this job, is because the outlets to get folks connected, it's a myriad. So there's, some people are going to resonate more with recycling. Some people will resonate with getting out in the community and picking up trash. That it rings true to many, many people. But some people want to get their hands in the dirt.
Absolutely.
And that's where I come in. I love planting. I love growing. And my background is in horticulture therapy.
Wow.
So I like to align folks when they're planting outside to think of themselves. How is it when you plant this seed, how do you see yourself in this seed? What are you learning from planting this seed? And thinking of that in terms of patience and nurturing and working with the environment and creating a diverse ecosystem.
Wow.
All of these things are really important when trying to connect folks. Some people, they're not into that.
Yes.
And that's totally fine.
Yes.
So I'm not going to harp on that if somebody's like, I really just want to pick up trash. And I'm like, cool, let's go do that
There
too.
we go.
Let's go do that too.
Now, that therapy you just mentioned, I don't want to mess that name up. Say it again and tell those that may not know what exactly it is.
Yeah, so horticulture therapy is a way of working with nature or working with plants or growing food or even just flowers. It's using those different steps to align self-growth. And it really focuses a lot on mental health.
Wow.
So, I see it work with all ages.
Yes.
But kids light up whenever
see
we're doing that. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Man, so the tree canopy, you kind of alluded to that earlier. Tree canopy restoration is a major initiative, right? So why are trees so important to urban communities, and what impact have you seen so far?
Gosh, so when we look at Caddo Parish as a whole, now we know Caddo Parish is huge.
Yes.
Our overall tree canopy in Caddo Parish is actually pretty good in comparison to the rest of the United States.
Sure.
So we're doing good in that realm. But when you look at the city itself, there's something called a heat island effect.
Okay.
And some people call that the Barksdale bubble.
I've heard of the Barksdale bubble. Absolutely.
So what that actually is that we don't have the tree canopy that supports the systems of storms that come through.
Okay.
And I say that lightly. So normally, when you look at the way the storms move across our city, you'll notice that when we have light rains, they hit, in Marshall,
Yes.
Greenwood, and then it kind of just dibbles out.
Yes.
And then it starts back in Houghton, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
That is due to tree canopy. So when you have trees, there's this thing called transpiration that happens.
Uh-huh.
And the more you have, the more it interacts with creating systems that make water. It's actually a self-watering system that happens. So when you have a city that has a lot of concrete, it's going to reduce the amount of water that you have. It's also bringing up the heat. So we have that heat island effect. Generally, we're about 10 to 15 degrees higher in the city than we are when you get out into the woods. Without trees, we see more stormwater flooding. So the roots of the trees actually absorb that flooding. They act as sponges that when the water comes down, so let's say we do have a big storm and it hits that concrete, it has nowhere to go.
Yes.
So we see things like flooding in roads. We know that happens here.
A lot.
So it's a big deal. And beyond that, there's all these environmental factors that go into it as well that just kind of creates a domino effect. So planting trees in our city is super important for the environment. But then let's kind of switch gears and talk about the communities. So whenever you have a tree canopy in a community, mental health is better, crime is reduced. I mean, there's all of these different psychological and social effects that happen just by adding trees and green spaces into a community.
Wow. So in a neighborhood, would you all teach someone or teach people how to plant the trees? Is there a specific way to plant trees?
Yes. So we do this. We function in seasons. So going back to the horticulture therapy idea, all of our programs are based around seasonal aspects. Now, what people don't often realize is that you don't plant trees right now. You plant trees in the coldest part of the year. So we will start doing tree distributions where you can come get a free tree around October. October is called Neighborhoods Month. That's where we
Neighborhoods.
Yeah, we hit it hard. We hit it hard. We say, look, we're come get a free tree. We're going to do tree plantings. We're going to have all of these different aspects. And really, the best time to do it is more like late October because, as the time moves on, it's getting hotter for longer.
Absolutely.
So October through February is tree planting season. And it doesn't always feel right when you think about it because your tree, the limbs don't have leaves. It kind of looks dead. But going back to horticulture therapy, what we teach is that there's a time of rest for all of us. And that is the time of rest for trees. So you want to plant a tree when it's in rest mode because when you put it in the ground, you're going to undo the roots at the bottom, loosen it up, and then it has time to focus on that root growth rather than the leaves. So if you plant a tree in the heat of the summer with all of its leaves, it's actually pushing a lot of energy into the canopy of itself, and it's not putting that growth into the roots. It's not stabilizing, which is actually making for a long-term weaker tree, and it probably will die. So that's one of the things that we teach. And Arbor Day, National Arbor Day, it's in April. And often people are like, okay, it's Arbor Day, it's National Arbor Day, let's plant a tree mid-April. I'm like, actually, Louisiana's Arbor Day is in January.
Wow.
And that's because we're based in zones. So every place in the United States has a different zone based on different planting seasons. And so whenever we plant a tree, it's going to be January.
Absolutely. This is some amazing information that you're giving.
Thank
I've not known all this and would not have known. So I'm grateful that you're here talking to us today. So community gardens and green spaces are transforming neighborhoods. Can you share a success story that really stands out?
Oh my gosh, let me think of one out of all of them. Okay, so I'll have to say our urban farm We worked with community development, Miss Bonnie Moore.
Yes.
My idol.
Yes.
She and I, years ago, decided when Choice Neighborhood came through,
Absolutely.
that we would get an urban farm downtown Shreveport.
Wow.
And it went through a bunch of different processes where we were figuring out where to put it. But right now, we have it off of Sprague Street.
Okay.
And the exact address is 1034. We use this area. This was a vacant lot. This had nothing on it for about 10 years, maybe more.
Wow.
So we actually used this lot as the pilot program for a lot of the work we do today with our AmeriCorps program. So the vacant lot, it had, dumping, tires, mattresses. I mean, we cleaned this. It's about 3 acres. It's right by Millennium Studios.
Okay.
So we're going to be looking right at 50 Cent.
Yes.
I'm like, hey, come on over.
Come plant a tree.
Yes, exactly. We have an orchard on that property that is
Wow.
open to the public 24/7. So we encourage everybody to come down, look at our orchard. We have pears, plums, pomegranates, figs, apples. And some people are like, oh, you can put apples in Louisiana? And it's like, yes, there are varieties that grow here, and they grow well.
Wow.
So this orchard is gorgeous. On the side of the orchard, there's a retaining wall. And we worked with Cadavian Baylor to do a mural that was hosted by the whole community. So he was able to sketch out these smaller areas within the huge mural that it is. And for about 4 days, people could come out and paint part of it.
Wow.
And it tells the story of Ledbetter Heights. We have Leadbelly on there. Our director, Shanetta Brown, is related to Leadbelly, so working on that property is very meaningful for her. And then you go up to the top side, and that's where we have our raised bed gardens. We have a hydroponics container. We can grow 13,000 plants in there. And so as I'm talking about these different elements of our garden, what the vision was giving folks a chance to really see a line that they can resonate with.
Sure.
It's like, do you like technology? Okay, we got hydroponics. Do you like growing food? We've got raised beds. Do you want to do trees? We've got a garden. You interested in art? We've got a mural.
Yeah.
So like we're really trying to hit all parts
Sure.
of community interest, and really the effect of this is just having community come out from all aspects of Shreveport and celebrate nature together. And so on April 24th, maybe 21st, I need to look at that date, we're having a fest at the farm. It's our annual Earth Day celebration.
Wow.
And it's going to be so much fun. Everybody comes out and gets
This is
to
yearly?
celebrate. It is.
It's yearly, okay.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's really geared around getting kids activated and having fun on the farm. So we just want people to come out on that Friday afternoon and have a good time with us.
Absolutely. Litter and waste reduction is a visible issue in many cities, as you know, right? How is Shreveport Green tackling this challenge differently?
Okay, so we have tried many different angles, but the best outcome we've had in the last 2 years was partnering with Property Standards. Man, Terrence Green, that dude, he has some energy, and they have big equipment.
Okay.
So with the block by block program that we really enforced last year, we hit all the districts, and we would come in, Property Standards would bring big garbage cans, they had the big cranes, I mean all the things that Shreveport Green couldn't supply. And then we brought the volunteers. So we would partner together, we would supply food, it'd be breakfast, have a good time. I think that's really important to give folks a chance to have fun as well as picking up trash. And boots on the ground in communities that maybe somebody hasn't ever walked through. I think that there's a really relevant piece of that is often overlooked. Like, we need to get out and see all the neighborhoods across Shreveport.
Absolutely.
So that one has really helped, and this year we're doing clean sweeps in the same vein that we did block by block. So our next clean sweep is going to be East Cedar Grove.
Okay.
It's going to be on April 8th. And we are going to be out there with garbage cans. And so folks can actually bring their bulk items, things that are not easy to get rid of, and put it in these dumpsters, no cost. Tires.
Wow.
I mean, literally anything.
They just got to get it there.
They just got to get it there.
Wow.
And even if you can't get it there, you can put it out by your curb. Terrence will come get it.
Really?
Yes, yeah. And so we just encourage folks to come work with us on the side of, come get your litter grabber. We'll have t-shirts, we'll have vests, we'll have breakfast, all the fun things too.
Yes.
And we'll walk the streets and clean up all the smaller stuff that's a little bit harder for property standards to clean up.
Sure.
So we're tackling both sides.
Absolutely.
And that's working really well. We also do the big cleanup. We call it, there's many different names for it. Citywide cleanup,
Yes.
Great American cleanup, the double citywide cleanup, the greatest. I mean, it's like got all of these different names. But the crux of it is that we do this one time a year. And last year we had 800 volunteers.
Wow.
And it cleaned
Wow.
literal hundreds of tons of garbage was removed from the city because of all the volunteers' efforts.
Wow.
This year, we are looking at getting that number to 1,000 volunteers.
Absolutely. I don't think that's going to be hard.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. And what's really cool is when businesses sign up. That kind of fills me with joy because it's showing that the corporate side of things cares. They want to give back. They want to give their employees a chance to participate with making their community better. So
absolutely.
It's awesome.
Absolutely. Last question for you, LJ. Looking ahead, what is your vision for the future of Shreveport Green and the city's environmental landscape?
Wow, I would love to see just more green spaces.
Sure.
I think that what we're leaning into right now with our AmeriCorps program is looking at the vacant lot issues across the city. We have more than 7,000 properties that are unused right now.
Wow.
And often those get overlooked and get, the dumping the tires, the things that really are just environmental hazards. And as we work toward a better Shreveport, we can look at installing things like fruit orchards, getting places with native landscapes, have biohabitats, so that the community has a place to come, meet, reside, have a good time together, but also learn about the importance of the environment.
Sure.
I think if you really analyze the systems of a healthy environment, you can understand how to mirror that in society. And the most healthy system is diverse.
Absolutely.
And it's working together.
Sure.
And so that is what I'm hoping we can all do as one and become more resilient in doing so.
Absolutely. Man, wonderful information that you supplied to us today and our viewing audience. Before we go, tell us the website. How can people get in contact with Shreveport Green, all of that social media information?
Sure. So shreveportgreen.org is our website. We're also on Facebook, Instagram. We're currently looking for a new staff member. So if you're interested in working with us, we have a position opening. But if you have ideas or you want to do cleanups, all of that you can find through our website, through our Facebook. And we have a sign-up genius if you have hazardous waste that you don't want to put in the landfill, totally free.
Yes.
We'll put you down for an appointment and take it from you, and our chemists dispose of it properly.
Absolutely. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, again, this wonderful information with Miss Lauren L.J. Jones from Shreveport Green. We appreciate you again for your time and coming to sit down and talk with us today about Shreveport Green.
Thank you so much. This was awesome.
Absolutely. Listen, do not forget to like and subscribe. Don't just like and subscribe. Don't just subscribe, but like as well. City of Shreveport, LA on YouTube, and then all of our other social media platforms. Again, this is a great episode of Love Shreveport, the Love Shreveport podcast, and I'm your host, Corey Williams. Until the next time, thank you.